Sorry I'm like a minute behind. Just having a little bit of computer troubles. Actually, let me turn this down. Wait for it to pop over here. I'm actually gonna grab my drink. Alright, y'all. Should be live. Turn this down. And yeah. Welcome. Today we are doing the Duskmourn Jump Scare deck. This one features Duskmourn, which again, if you've read the story, one of the key group that goes into the Duskmourn plane to save Nashi. She is, if I'm not mistaken, from what is the school, the magic school deck plane, or it's not the plane, but it's the set. She's from that. So she wields all kinds of spells and whatnot. Tricky instance, mystery face down cards. Oh, interesting. So she does the Manifest Dread a lot. Should be cool. Quick, behind you. That's so funny. Just as I read that, Charlie snuck up behind and messed with my chair. Battle your friends with powerful creatures and spectacular spells in Commander, Magic's most popular multiplayer format. Invent the element of surprise with the brilliant Duskmourn and lay out face-down cards. Play extra lands and instants to keep them guessing. Then flip your cards over to spring the traps. Duskmourn Mystery Unraveler. She's the Strixhaven, that's what I was trying to think of. Mage student Duskmourn lends her genius-level intellect to solving the ultimate riddle, escaping from Duskmourn's impossible halls and researching her thesis along the way. What is Arch Enemy? We already talked about Arch Enemy, and yeah, I don't think anything else special on here. We'll get to see the Arch Enemy cards for this set. Again, the goal is to play that tomorrow. And let's pop this bad Larry open. Diggity dang. Charlie, what are you doing up there? You cannot fit through that. Alright, no, oh, it's happening. It's happening. What are you gonna knock over in the process? Good job. Not very slick there, bud, are ya? Toss this. Ooh, I like this color. I think I got blue to put this deck in. I put, what's his name? Winter and turquoise. But, yeah, this color right here is very nice. I don't know what these counters are. They look like paw prints. Got our locked doors. Oh, little security tag. Make sure I'm not running off with the goods. Have our Arch Enemy cards. We'll look at those in a second. Have our little envelope, which has the deck box and the collector booster sampler pack, which that is what I'm at. Actually, I keep meaning to give me a sec. I want to compare a collector booster sampler pack to an actual collector booster to see if they can contain the same cards. May contain these cards: Duskmourn, It's so hard to read on that. I wonder if it's any easier. No, it's written on this little crimped area, so you won't be able to read it. But it contains DSK 1 through 276. So let's see if that's the same on here. Oh, it doesn't actually specify what card numbers this can... Charlie, what are you doing? Interesting. Yeah, I'm just curious if you can pull everything in a sample pack that you could pull in a collector booster. I know it's by its name, it's a sample pack, so yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I've already pulled 2 of these, yeah. And we'll see what's in the third. Also watching a classic in the background. Oh yeah? Why don't you tell me more about it? Alright, so right off the bat we've got... so I really want to see the... I've seen the normal version of this a ton. I didn't know there was a double exposure version of this, but I like all the double exposures. Shout out to the artist. This is Ashley McKenzie. Yeah, this is... It would probably be nicer in foil, but I keep seeing... Or I kept seeing the old... the other version, the alt art version of this on the spoilers, so this is funny to see this version. Toby Beastie Befriender is a 3-drop. It's a legendary creature, human wizard. When Toby Beastie Befriender enters, create a 4/4 white beast creature token with this creature can't attack or block alone. As long as you control 4 or more creature tokens you control have flying. Damn, that's not bad. Not bad at all. And... oh, cool. Shrewd Storytellers, a 3-drop creature, human survival. Has survival. At the beginning of your second main phase, a Shrewd Storyteller is tapped, but a +1/+1 counter on target creature. All his tails are cautionary. Great. Yeah, I really love this art on here. It's very cool. Alright. Yeah, I'm curious if you can get the Japanese, what do they call it? The fracture foil? That might be from another set, but if you can get those in the collector soup sampler packs. Alright, now we're gonna check out these arch enemy cards, try and get familiar with them, so tomorrow I would love to have it where each person in the play group gets to be the archenemy once. Ooh, really like that art. Richard Kane Ferguson, okay. I think I have, if I'm not mistaken, a Snake Wizard card by Richard Kane Ferguson. Crazy art. This very much so reminds me of, let's say, like Hellraiser. I don't know. It's like Hellraiser meets the Necronomicon almost. I don't know. Very, very cool. My laughter echoes. Ongoing scheme. Whenever you set a non-ongoing scheme in motion, you may abandon this scheme. If you do, set that scheme in motion again. Interesting. I await you around every corner, smiling and holding a razor. Damn. Power without equal. I really like this art. This is, right off the bat, two amazing pieces. Power without equal is a scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, draw 3 cards. You have no maximum hand size until your next turn. If you control 6 or more lands, you may cast up to 3 spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. Wow. Without what sorry scraps of power do you think to oppose me? And shout out Eli Manaya. That is gorgeous. That's beautiful. I am untouchable. Oh, I like that. Very, very cool, but ghosty. Ongoing scheme. You and permanents you control have hexproof. Buddy, where's your... you and your permanents you control have hexproof. When combat damage is dealt to you, create a 4/4 colorless scarecrow artifact creature token with vigilance, then abandon the scheme. The least of my minions is more than a match for you. Give it back, Charlie. Oh, we got another cultist here. Mine is the only truth. Whenever a player casts a spell, you draw a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you drew a card last turn, abandon this upkeep. If you drew a card last turn, abandon this scheme. At the beginning of your upkeep, sorry. If you drew a card last turn, abandon this scheme. Your gods are hollow lies. Your prayer is nothing but effluvia befouling my air. Charlie, give it back. Your own face mocks you. Ooh. It's a scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, choose up to 2 target creatures your opponents control. For each one, create a token that's a copy of it. Oh, shit. Which one were you talking about? Sorry, Joe. Also, hi. Were you talking... I would assume you were talking about laughter... My laughter echoes for that killer tapestry. What are you doing? Yeah, your own face mocks you when you set the scheme in motion. Choose up to 2 target creatures your opponents control. For each one, create a token that's a copy of it. If you create fewer than 2 tokens this way, create a number of 4/4 colorless scarecrow artifact creature tokens with vigilance equal to the difference. Cower before your true selves. Yes, Joe. Richard Kane Ferguson is like a classic. I don't know how far he goes back, but classic Magic artist as far as I know. I have one really, really cool card by him. Let me look it up really quick. Ferguson, MTG. What is the card I have? It is a snake. Oh, here we go. Yeah, look up the art. I'll put it in the chat here. Coiling Oracle by Richard Kane Ferguson. I forget what set I pulled that in. Yeah, look up the card Coiling Oracle. Richard Kane Ferguson's art is dope. Kneel before my legions. Ooh, this one is creepy. I really like this. So what do we got here? We got a cultist. We got like a little skeleton guy with a like knife for a hand. This is like kind of Cenobite-y, I guess. I don't know. We just got like a dark spell user, spell wielder kind of thing. And then I would say Pennywise, but it's not really the same energy as Pennywise. I feel like that's more of like, I don't even know. Actually, this is more, it has more Sweet Tooth energy from Twisted Metal. But, very, very, very cool. Kneel before my legions is a scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, choose one. Create a 4/4 colorless scarecrow artifact creature token with vigilance, or creatures you control get +3/+3 and gain vigilance and trample until end of turn. You wish to beg for mercy? Save your breath for screaming. The cultist seems the most out of place here, but I don't know. They might be getting up to some shit, man. Ooh! You are unworthy of mercy. Like this one, too. It's a scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, each opponent sacrifices a non-land permanent. If you control 6 or more lands, Each opponent sacrifices 3 non-land permanent instead. Interesting. You better hope you draw that on your like first turn. I mean your your later turn. When you die alone, know that it was I who took everything from you. That's the one thing I've started to know, Joe, since I've got into Magic, is just like starting to notice repeat artists. This one that keeps popping up everywhere, because she's just done a lot of art, but I mean for me. Like now I'm starting to like buy sets, and I'm like, well, that's Rebecca Guay, that's Rebecca Guay. So also shop her name. Guay. Braden told me about her a while ago, and I saw some of the cards he showed me, and they were very, like, classic fantasy, fairy, stuff like that. But it wasn't until, like, I saw some specific cards that I really, really appreciated her stuff. But yeah, Rebecca Guay is amazing. Look what we got here. We got, like, kind of like a funhouse vibe, I guess. Chaos is my plaything. We got some Ghostbusters over here. It's a scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, for each opponent, exile target permanent that player controls. Then each player reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a permanent card. Puts it onto the battlefield and puts the rest on the bottom of their library in a random order. Your plans mean nothing. We got the Razorkin Needly Needle. No, he's more of a I'd say like a Freddy Krueger-esque character, I guess. Your plans mean nothing is a scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, any number of target players each discard their hands. Each opponent draws cards equal to the number of cards that player discarded minus 1. Then if you discarded a card this way, draw 7 cards. Interesting. Okay. You will crawl through the ashes of your own grand ambitions before I grant you the mercy of death. Ooh, look at this guy. Really, really digging this. Pavel Kolomayets. Apologies if I am way off. You will know true suffering. It is a scheme. When you set the scheme in motion, it deals damage equal to your commander's mana value to each non-commander creature your opponents control. Interesting. Know the pain that you feel now is but an infinitesimal fraction of the agony I will soon inflict upon you. That's tough. And that's the last scheme card. This seemed pretty good for this deck. The one I'm most intrigued by is Valgavoth, because I'm just like, I don't know, from an archenemy standpoint, I feel like that's what it should be. And I feel like you should be fighting Valgavoth and be the 3. I mean, I won't say nothing about Winter, but yeah. I think thematically that really works. What are you doing, Charlie? Alright, let's look at our insert really quick. Yeah, Rebecca Guay is amazing. And she's been doing Magic cards since 1996 or 1997, I think. So she's been at it for a minute, and yeah, just incredible, incredible stuff. And I just like that her style has, like, that fingerprint on it. Because every time I see... And that's not even to say that she doesn't have... what's the word? A lot of contrast and stuff in her art. It's just, like... And I don't mean contrast, like, in a color sense or anything like that. I just mean, like, a wide variety. It's just something about her style. It's just, it hits. It's, I think that just really says something about her skill as an artist. Zimone Mystery Unraveler. Got Zimone right there. Again, Strixhaven. Zimone is a brilliant prodigy who was admitted to Strixhaven and joined the College of Quandrix at a young age. Armored with magical theorems and armed with fractal magic, Zamone's greatest weapon is her mind. It was it was what helped her solve the mystery of her missing grandmother and what saved her during the Phyrexian invasion. Although she struggled with her sense of belonging, her genius helped save what was left of Strixhaven and created new mathematical theorems and magic never seen before. After the invasion, she focused on perfecting her thesis and unraveling the science of the planes. Yeah, I really get... Oh my god. You just whipped that out of my hand. We're also playing with Charlie in the background. Yeah, she's a boss. Jesus, Charlie. Definitely whips off some dope spells in this. Helps to save the day. Very, very cool character. When the Duskmourn door opened on Ravnica, the ancient dragon Niv Mizzet assembled a varied team of experts to journey inside and combat the threat. Zamone, being an expert on theoretical extraplanar spaces and a proven asset in battle, was called into action as part of the team. She readily agreed to join the dangerous mission in hopes of gathering data for her thesis on the same subject. Of course, saving the multiverse is a good reason too. Nice. So, playing the deck, she's greatest strength is her magical genius. Strategize with the Manifest Dread mechanic to fill your board with mysterious monster. Pick and choose your biggest threats to put face down and await the perfect moment to turn them face up. Stay ahead of your foes by putting extra lands into play to make the most of Zamone's ability. I want to see how they're going to get extra lands into play. Allowing you to turn face down cards up without paying their mana cost. With your army of face down creatures, the battlefield itself becomes an extension of your hand, giving you tons of options and ways to surprise your opponents. Duskmourn may be scary, but there's nothing scarier for a Magic player than untapped mana. I mean, that's not really the case anymore. You don't take damage from mana. Oh, and this just shows the rules for Archenemy, which I've got to look up again, because I've watched the prof video on it a couple of times, but they have altered, and I may have said that, or you may already know, they altered Archenemy slightly for the Commander format. Because I guess when it first came out, it was like you would play Standard, but multiplayer. So it was like just another fun multiplayer format. But yeah, I really like that they kind of tweaked it for Commander. Alright. Let's get right to the pack. Of the deck, excuse me. I already started to sleeve up one of the decks last night. Not started to, I finished it, but alright. Zamone Mystery Unraveler. Look at that. She is a 3-drop legendary creature, human wizard. She is, of course, the commander of this deck. Has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, manifest dread if this is the first time this ability is resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may return a permanent you control face up. Oh, interesting. Let me make sure I'm reading that correctly. Whenever a land you control enters, manifest dread if this is the first time this ability has resolved this turn. Otherwise, you may turn a permanent you control. Okay, I got you. So I think it's for like your first land that you drop, and because this deck drops extra lands, that will trigger. Essentially, if I'm understanding this, you can just turn these cards up without paying their mana cost. So that's crazy. That's amazing. To manifest dread, and this is the first time I think we've talked about this, maybe. To manifest dread, look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature, and the other into a graveyard. Turn it up face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. So that's crazy. You get to essentially flip over your manifested creatures for free, which is crazy. I'm curious though if she has recursion, because if you're popping stuff in the graveyard, I hope there's a buff there. This is probably the optional secondary commander. Kian Corrupted Memory is a 4-drop legendary creature illusion. This art pops, and I'm gonna say, like, I just like the color scheme of this deck. It's very, very cool. Kian Corrupted Memory, this art, like, shout out to Mila Pesic. This art pops. She's a 4-drop legendary creature illusion. As long as Kian's power is even, you may cast non-creature spells as though they had flash. As long as Kian's power is odd, you might craft... Wait, what? Okay, non-creature, and you may cast creature spells as though they had flash. Got you. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Kian. Oh my god, wow, that's not bad. I think I prefer Zamone, but I think it might be fun to play her every once in a while as your commander. Also, I don't know, I'm assuming you're talking about Kian Corrupted Memory, and if so, I agree with you. I think all the art's amazing. I think Zamone looks great as well. The colors really pop, but this Kian Corrupted Memory, shout out Mila Pesic. I actually have to add this one real quick, because I don't want to forget. Nope, that's not right. Yep. Oh yeah, really good classic fantasy stuff. Is that Tamio? Can't tell if this is a painting of Tamio, but yeah, shout out. Alright, next up we've got Overgrown Zealot. 2-drop creature elf druid. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Tap to add 2 mana of 1 color. Spend this mana only to turn permanents face up. Okay, I see the synergy there. Even as the roots twisted painfully into his flesh, he sang out in joy, for he could feel himself becoming one with the woods. Creepy. Actually move that off. Growing Dread is a 2-drop enchantment flash. When Growing Dread enters, manifest Dread. Whenever you turn a permanent face up, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Got another Terramorphic Expanse in this deck. Beast Within. Very creepy. Way too many arms. Weird antlers. 3-drop instant. Destroy target permanent. Its controller creates a 3/3 beast creature token. Beasties tend to the shy, kind to humans, and absolutely ruthless towards Valgavoth's monstrous spawn. Oh, so he's on our side. That's good to know, because the other ones have looked kind of cute. Growth Spiral, draw a card, put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Hidden within the infinite protean rooms of the house are strange pockets of power that only the bravest dare access. Got the Arcane Signet, the Soul Ring, oh, the Command Tower, the classic blue counter spell, Reality Shift. 2-drop instant, exile target creature. Its controller manifests the top card of their library. Oh. God dang it. I dropped your stick, Charlie. That player puts the top card of their library onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. If it is a creature card, it can be turned up face time. Wait. Why doesn't it say Manifest Dread? Oh, because it's not the same. Got you. Manifest Dread, you gotta put one in your graveyard. That's interesting. Okay, so that is the difference between Manifest and Manifest Dread. I did not know there was just a straight up Manifest. Retreat to Coral Helm. Whoa. This reminds me of Noki Bay from Mario Sunshine. Love Mario Sunshine. Yeah, All Stars pack or first Switch was great. 3-drop enchantment Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, choose one. You may tap or untap target creature or scry one. Okay, here's more of that landfall synergy. Beanstalk Giant. Oh, fun. It's a 7-drop. It is oh, this is one of the ones that you can play. So, really what you would do is you would play Fertile Footsteps, which is a sorcerer adventure. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle. Then exile this card. You may cast the creature card later from exile. So you would cast Beanstalk Giant, and its power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Very cool. Cultivate. 3-drop. Sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards and put it onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. All seeds share a common bond, calling to each other across infinity. Oh, what is going on here? Explosive Vegetation is a 4-drop. It's a sorcery. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them on the battlefield. Tapped, then shuffle. Torching Croso would be pointless. It grows faster than it burns. Oh, look! It's a little Tanuki! Greater Tanuki! As a 6-drop enchantment creature dog. Interesting. I don't know if Tanukis are... I don't know if they'd be considered a dog. I guess in Magic they are. It's a trample, and it also has channel. Spend 3, discard Greater Tanuki. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. The kami permit few mortals to dwell in Jukai forest, but the clever and playful Tanuki are welcomed as friends and as guardians. Okay, so lots more ramp. Speaking of rampant growth, Sakura Tribe Elder. I'm pretty sure we already pulled one of these, and I forget which deck it was. Sakura Tribe Elder, 2-drop, Snake Shaman. Sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land card, put the card in the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. He'd chosen a sunlit clearing with open skies and an ample brook. All that remained was finding a worthy sapling. Maybe I haven't, because so even, what's weird is if I don't remember the, what the card does, I usually remember the art in unison with the flavor text and not really anything there. 4-drop enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, untap all lands you control. Walls crack, buildings fall, always the wilds return. Domri Raid. Oh, look at this guy. Yavimaya Elder. It's a 3-drop. It is a creature human druid. When Yavimaya dies, you may search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. Spend 2, sacrifice him, draw a card. Nice. I really like this art. Super cool. Matt Kavoda. Yadora Grave Gardener is a legendary creature, treefolk druid. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, you may return it to the battlefield face down under its owner's control. It's a forest land. That's not bad. It has no other types or abilities. Even in death, we never stop growing. I really like that art. Svetlin Velenov. Whoa. Look at that guy up there. Alright, chill out for a bit, bud. Oh, look at... I'm pretty sure this is Little Zamina, I'm assuming. Eureka Moment is a 4-drop instant. Draw 2 cards. You may put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. Oh, not bad. 4-drop, but at the beginning the equations were simply numbers. But in those numbers I saw a story, and in that story I saw a pattern, and suddenly it all fit together. Eureka! Tatiova Benthic Druid. I love mermaids in this set. I'm not saying like their abilities, because I don't know much about their I guess like their kindred abilities, but just the art wise, I love the design for mermaids in this set. Also, shout out to Lauren YS, aka Squid Liquor. Their mermaid designs are top tier. Top tier. Also, I guess too, oh my god, why can't I remember? This is terrible. My favorite artist. Oh, this is terrible. I haven't looked at it in a while because it's in my binder. I really need to get some prints, but I don't think she had much in her store. I'll pull it up on TCG. Actually, you know what? That's a great reason to pull up my binder. Oh, my binder's already out, actually. I don't even need to look it up. Ooh, you okay? Oh no! Well, there goes my seltzer. I genuinely don't know if I knocked it over or if Charlie knocked it over. Oh my god. Check it, check it. That Ocelot Pride. Look at that little cutie. Look at those cuties. Charlie, look, it's you. It's your cousin. That's your cousin. Yeah. I gotta say, this is my other favorite. Lauren YS and Ladania. Some of the best mermaid artwork. But also this one, again, even the non-alternative stylings for mermaids, I love in this set. What are you saying, gimme that, too? Are you just quoting, what's his name? I don't even know. From I Think You Should Leave? Gimme that. Or was there a specific card you were saying that to? Tatiova Benthic Druid is a 4-drop legendary creature, merfolk, wizard that has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Yavimaya is 1 being, 1 vastness of rippling leaves, 1 deepness of roots, and 1 chatter of animals, of which I am 1 part. Hi, Charlie. What are you doing up there? Oh, what is this? This is, oh my god. This is a manta ray with legs, I guess? Trigon Predator. It's a 3-drop creature beast. It has flying. Whenever Trigon Predator deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls. Nice. Always need that flying. Held aloft by metabolized magic, Trigons are ravenous for sources of mystic fuel. Oh, hell yeah, Joe. That I love that kitty card. Unless you're talking about Charlie, but that Ocelot, such a good card. Such a good card. I wanted it as soon as I saw it. Simic Signet, 2-drop. Spend 1, tap it to add a blue and a green. For the Simic Combine, its sigil serves as an emblem of honor, but as a trademark. Its familiar image on any biological commodity attests to superb craftsmanship, ingenious innovation, and higher cost. Got another Ash Barons. Evolving Wilds, Myriad Landscape, ooh, Quandrix Campus. I don't know if we've had one of these. Tap it to create a blue or a green. Spend 4, tap it, scry 1. Mage students who see the beauty in patterns and equations choose Quandrix, the College of Neuromancy. Not Numeromancy. Actually, this card probably wasn't in the other decks because this is specific to Zimone. Glitch Interpreter. It's a 3-drop. It's a creature, human wizard. When it enters, if you control no face-down permanents, return it to its owner's hand and manifest dread. Whenever one or more colorless creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. This is such a great card. They Came from the Pipes, 5-drop. Reminds me of, like, The Grudge, I guess. Or, again, I think we talked about this, and I don't think I pulled this in one of the Commander decks, but definitely like also the Ooze or the Black Goo, or from that, I don't remember what it was, but it's like based on a Stephen King story. When they came from the pipes, When they came from the pipes, enters, manifest dread twice. Whenever a face-down creature you control enters, draw a card. I looked that up the other day, but I'm going to look it up again. What was the name of that story? Ooze. Movie. The Raft. I guess it was the name of the story, but that was in Creepshow. Very cool. Zimone's Hypothesis. 5-drop, instant. You may put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, then choose on or even. Return each creature with power of the chosen quality to its owner's hand. 0 is even. There exists a theoretical infinity between the discrete atoms of reality. I'm simply appropriating that infinity as storage space. Nice. Give me that. Another beastie. I love that. You know what the beasties are? I feel like, what the heck is the name of that beast? Where the Wild Things Are. I really feel like the beasties are Where the Wild Things Are. Totally call me out if you have another idea for what they might be, but they're friendly. They're definitely supposed to be like the one that's trying to hide under the bed. So great. 6-drop, can't count. Creature, beast. It has reach, and colorless creatures you control enter with 2 additional +1/+1 counters on them. Very nice. Whenever he enters or attacks, manifest dread. Very good. I like this art too. Shout out Niels Ham. Disorienting Choice is a 4-drop. It's a sorcery. For each opponent, choose up to 1 target artifact or enchantment that player controls. For each permanent chosen this way, its controller may exile it. Then if one or more of the chosen permanents are still in the battlefield, you search your library for up to that many land cards, put them into the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. I really like this art too. Mirko Filoni. Oh, look at how vast that chamber is. That tiny little speck down there at the bottom is a person. Very, very cool. Oh, got a room. Got a room. Oh no, I'm on live chat. Let me change that. I'm probably missing stuff. What am I missing? Nothing. That's okay. I just always feel bad when I have it on live chat and I'm literally not getting everything. Or not live chat. Why is it? I just changed it. There we go. Interesting. Experimental Lab is a 4-drop. When you unlock this door, manifest dread, then put 2 +1/+1 counters on a trample counter on that creature. Or you can play Staff Room for 3. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, turn that creature face up or put a +1/+1 counter on it. Very cool. Alright, flip that. Shriekwood Devourer. Wow. 7 creature tree folk. Wow, really, really like this. All right, this is gorgeous. Really pops too in person. I feel like the colors aren't as good on the camera. It's a tree folk, has trample. Whenever you attack with one or more creatures, untap up to X lands, where X is the greatest power among those creatures. You know what this just made me think? Is there a legendary tree folk from LOTR? I think that would be a really, really fun deck to make. Would be like a Treebeard has to be. Treebeard has to be legendary tree folk. Nope, that's not how you spell that. Folk MTG. Oh, specifically LOTR though. There's Fangorn, Tree Shepherd, and Treebeard. Oh, so Treebeard is so Fangorn Tree Shepherd is a 7-drop. Damn, big boy. Legendary creature, Tree Folk. Tree Folk you control have Vigilance. Whenever one or more Tree Folk you control attack, add twice that much green. Forests, of course. You don't lose unspec green mana as steps and phases. And interesting. Okay. Or Treebeard. Trample, word 2. When he enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens. When you gain life, put that many +1/+1 counters on target halfling or tree folk. He is much smaller to cast. He's only a 4-drop, so I don't know. I like both of those abilities. Like 1 for mana. They could, if anything, they could go in the same deck. I just feel like Treebeard should be your commander, but I don't know. That's tough. Oh, there's also the Secret Lair Treebeard. Oh, who's this? Oh, Quick Beam Upstart Ent? That's not bad either. Quick Beam Upstart Ent is a 6-drop, not that much smaller. Whenever Quick Beam Upstart Ent another Tree Folk enters the battlefield under your control, up to 2 target creatures each get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. Yeah, I still kind of like Treebeard better. Very cool. That would be a fun deck to make, the Ent deck. And this would do great in that. With every soul it consumes, its roots stretch further and reach for more victims. Oh, that's terrible. Giggling Skitterspike. We've seen this quite a few times, but not in a commander deck. This has not been in a commander deck. Is a 4-drop artifact creature toy. This is definitely Sid from Toy Story. Like, that's not Sid, but this is one of his creations. You know what I'm talking about. So Giggling Skitterspike is has indestructible. Whenever it attacks, blocks, or becomes the target of a spell, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. And at any point, you can give it Monstrosity 5, so you pay 5, and give it 5 counters, only if it is not already monstrous. So, you could still then stack other types of counters on top of it. Oh my god, with Doubling Season, this thing would be a beast. Cackling Counterpart is a 3-drop. Also, shout out to this artist too, Nino IS. That's great, crazy, scary art. Beautiful. Love it. Cackling Counterpart is a 3-drop instant. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Its flashback cost is 7. So essentially play it from the graveyard. Then exile it. Irene's screams of denial harmonized with its terrible laughter. Spooky. Citronule Hierophant. 4-drop. What is a Hierophant? Anybody know? Shout it out. As a 4-drop creature, human druid. Creatures you control have tap to add green. All who inhabit these woods are part of our ritual, whether they realize it or not. Aether Gale is a 6-drop. Nope, sorry. Can't count. 5-drop sorcery. Return 6 target non-land permanents to their owner's hand. The militia formed up in the central plaza awaiting the onslaught, but the giants never quite made it. Body of Knowledge. Ooh, really, really like this art. That is beautiful. 5-drop creature Avatar. Its power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. You have no maximum hand size. What? Whenever Body of Knowledge is dealt damage, draw that many cards. That's great. That's a great card. It's kind of expensive, but it's a fun ability, I think. I wish I had flying, though. Looks like it should have flying. Dig Through Time is a... I guess the... No, because if it had flying, then it wouldn't take damage as often, which is what you want. Dig Through Time is a 6... Oh, actually, sorry, I'm just realizing that. That's a 5-drop for if... No, because by the time you're at 5 mana, how many cards do you actually have in your hand? Dig Through Time is a 8-drop. It has Delve. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting the spell plays for 1. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put 2 of them into your hand and the rest into the bottom of your library in any order. I still haven't seen a lot of recursion now that I think of it. So I'm curious how, like, if those cards that go into the graveyard, they just stay there or what. Kefnet the Mindful is a 3-drop. It's a legendary creature god. It has flying and indestructible. Kefnet the Mindful can't attack or block unless you have 7 or more cards in hand. So that goes with the last card we just played. Well, not the last card, but Body of Knowledge. Has spend 4, draw a card, then you may return a land you control to its owner's hand. Karu Spell Snatcher. Wow. 4-drop creature, Snake Wizard. Really like this design. It's has Morph for 6. You may cast this spell face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up at any time for its Morph cost. So that's kind of like Manifest. Interesting. So it costs 1 less. No, it doesn't. When Karo Spell Snatcher is turned face up, counter target spell. Okay, there you go. There's the value. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled. Okay, got you. I see why you would want to pay that. Primordial Mist. Ooh, look at these guys. 5-drop enchantment. At the beginning of your end step, you may manifest the top card of your library. Exile a face down permanent you control face up. You may play this card this turn. Interesting. You still pay its costs. Timing rules still apply. Scab Ruinator. Very fun. Creepy design. Yeah, it's almost like between Mr. X and... Not Mr. X. Nemesis, I would say. Like a winged Nemesis. 3-drop creature zombie horror. Ah, there we go. As an additional cost to cast this spell, exile 3 creature cards from your graveyard. Has flying, and you may cast from your graveyard. Okay, there you go. Not recursion, but there you go. Chrispy. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild. Very, very cool design. Tree Elemental. 5-drop. Ashaya, Soul of the Wild's power and toughness are each equal to the number of lands you control. Non-token creatures you control are first lands, and in addition to their other types. They're still affected by summoning sickness. Really like that card design. Shout out Chris Stone. Augur of the Autumn. It's 3-drop. Creature, human druid. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may play lands from the top of your library. It has Coven. As long as you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may cast creature spells from the top of your graveyard. Wow. I mean library, excuse me. Oh, what is this? What is this? This is a new dinosaur to me. I have not seen this thing. Oh my god, look at that thing. That is terrifying. What a great design. You know what it reminds me of? This reminds me of, weirdly enough, the cockroach from Men in Black. The cockroach from Men in Black, though it was an insect, had a weird reptilian, I don't know, feel to it. I think it was in the face, really, and I know this is more so supposed to be like a snake or something, but it really, really gives me the vibe of that cockroach. Deathmist Raptor, this is a fun one, is a 3-drop creature dinosaur beast. It has Death Touch. Ooh, very cool. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, you may return Deathmist Raptor from your graveyard to the battlefield face up or face down. Very cool. Metamorph. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3. Turn it face up at any time for its Megamorph cost and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Very cool. So, essentially, you cast it for the exact same, but you can spend 5 at any time to put a +1/+, which seems a lot. But also its other abilities, I guess, is where the value comes in. Sugar. Azori's Predation is a 8-drop. This is a big boy. I mean, this is a green deck, so that's not surprising, but this is a big old boy. It's a sorcery. For each creature your opponents control, create a 4/4 green Phyrexian beast creature token. Each of those tokens fights a different one of those creatures. Interesting. Slaughter the weak ones. They are unworthy of the gift of completion. Oh, love the Hydras. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-headed Hydra. It is a 6-drop creature, Hydra. Whenever Hydra Omnivore deals combat damage to opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. We should learn from the Hydra. It never plays favorites. It devours everyone equally. Love that. Multani, Avamaya's Avatar. Oh, look at this little tree guy. 6-drop, legendary creature, elemental avatar. Reach, trample. Gets +1/+1 for each land you control and each land card in your graveyard. Okay. Spend 2, return 2 lands you control to their owner's hand, return it from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, there's some recursion there. Overwhelming Stampede. Damn, I ain't getting in the front of that. It's a 5-drop sorcery. Until end of turn, creatures you control gain trample and get +X/+X, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Very cool. I trust the instincts of any beast over the advice of any human who presumes to be an expert in the art of war. Rinshell, Elfin Sergeant. Oh, Sandworm Convergence. That sounds terrifying. 8-drop enchantment. Creatures with flying can attack you or planeswalkers you control. What? At the beginning of your end step, create a 5/5 green worm creature token. Cantankerous and territorial, sandworms claim even the skies above their dunes. Scute Swarm. As a 3-drop, it's creature insect. It has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If you control 6 or more lands, create a token that's a copy of Scute Swarm instead. Survival rule 782. There are always more Scute bugs. Zerdy, Goblin Shortcutter. So more land synergy there. Shigeki Jakai Visionary is a 2-drop, a legendary enchantment creature snake druid. Oh wow, love the snake druids. Very cool race of creatures. As a 2-drop, tap it, return Shigeki Jakai Visionary to its owner's hand. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a land from among them onto the battlefield and put the rest into your graveyard. Channel, 2x and 2 green. Discard it. Return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand. Wow. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Tamir, War Shaman. How's that already over? Interesting. That is very interesting. Put on that in the background. I forget where I was. So 6-drop, Human Shaman. When it enters, manifest the top card of your library. When a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. Thunderfoot Baloth. Wow, look at this creature. As a 6-drop creature beast, the has Trample and Lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, Thunderfoot Baloth gets +2/+2, and creatures you control get +2/+2 and have Trample. Odd. I didn't see any lightning. Harith, Poacher, last words. Trail of Mystery. It's a 2-drop enchantment. Whenever a face-down creature you control enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Wow, that's not bad. Whenever a permanent you control is turned face up, if it's a creature, it gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's really good for this deck. Whisperwood Elemental is a 5-drop creature elemental. At the beginning of your end step, manifest the top card of your library. Sacrifice it until end of turn. Face up non-creature tokens you control. Gain, when this creature dies, manifest the top card of your library. Very cool. Love this art. Raymond Swanland. Oh, World Spineworm. I haven't seen this in this set, I don't think, but I do own one of these, I'm pretty sure. It is an 11-drop. Yes, I said it again. 11-drop. A creature, worm, trample. When it dies, create 3/5/5 green worm creature tokens with trample. When it is put into the graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. That is a crazy card. Mind you, you have to spend 11 frickin' mana to get it on the board, but a 15/15, like, that's also going to be a big target. Ooh, look at this guy. AC, Tyrant of Gyre Strait, or Gyre Strait. It's a 6-drop legendary creature serpent. You may play an additional land on each of your turns. It has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may draw a card. To sail through those waters, it is to offer oneself as a tribute. Captain Hoyrick. Erixmith's Slumbering Isle, I guess? 4-drop legendary creature, Kraken. What? The Kraken. Oh my god, the thing's an island. What? That is crazy. That is so cool. The whole island is a creature. And not like your normal Kraken, which I think are like almost always giant squid or octopus or something. There's some tentacled beast. This thing looks like it's a giant lobster. Like, it's got the claws on either side. I love this. I wonder if there's other art for this. Myths. Slumbering Island. Oh yeah, that's cool. That's a constellation. Ooh, really like this one. Oh, that's an altar. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Such a cool design. Such a cool design. Really, really love this one. I got so caught up in what it said, or what it was, I didn't read it. When it enters tapped with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as it has slumber counter on it, it's a land, it's not a creature. When you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from a Ricksmith's. Tap it to add a green and a blue. Gotcha. Oh, very cool. What is going on here? Look at this giant frog guy. Damn. This is Biomass Mutation, is spend 2 and an X. It is an instant. Creatures you control have base power and toughness X until end of turn. Aggression to ancient forms, a glimpse of future evolutions, or a fleeting alteration of the present. Voral of the Hullclad Clade. Oversimplify is a 5-drop. It's a sorcery. Exile all creatures. Each player creates a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token and puts a number of +1/+1 counters on it, equal to the total power of creatures they controlled that were exiled this way. A fine example of addition by subtraction. Dika, the professor of fractal theory. Rajmi, Eternity's Crafter, is a 4-drop legendary creature elf druid. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, reveal the top card of your library. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If it's a spell with lesser mana value, if you don't cast it, put it into your hand. Scroll of Fate, 3-drop, tap it, manifest a card from your library. Our stories define our reality. Castle Vantress. Ooh, very cool. It's a land, enters tapped unless you control an island. Tap it to add blue. Spend 4 and scry 2. Tap it to scry 2. Drownyard Temple is a land. Tap it to add colorless. Spend 3, return Drownyard Temple from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. This is it. All the cryptoliths point here. Jace Beleren. Flooded Grove is a land. Tap it to add a colorless. Spend 1, tap it, add a green, a green blue, or a blue blue. Full moon, the river seeps over its banks and crawling through the woods like the blanket of serpents. Hinterland Harbor enters tapped unless you control a forest or an island. Tap it to add a green or a blue. In places where the sea meets the trees, it's easy to forget that the darkness that rules most of Innistrad. Wait, what was a Patronus? Oh, the Oversimplify, I'm assuming, is a Patronus. That's the only one I can see. That's gotta be it. Mosswort Bridge has Hideaway 4. When this land enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 card face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. Mosswort Bridge enters tapped. Tap it to add a green. Tap it. You may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost if creatures you control have total power 10 or greater. Overflowing Basin, spend 1, tap it to add a green or a blue. Green and a blue, excuse me. Temple of Mystery, it's a land. Temple of Mystery enters tapped. When Temple of Mystery enters, scry 1. Tap to add a green or a blue. Vine Glimmer Snarl, as it enters, you may reveal a forest or island card from your hand. If you don't, it enters tapped. Tap it to add a green or a blue. Verdant Paradox of Primal Logic. Yavimaya Coast is a land. Tap it to add a colorless. Tap it to add a green or a blue. It deals 1 damage to you as Magnagoth trees expanded across the sea into Almaz and New Argive. It became clear Yavamaya's borders were never confined by its coastline. Reliquary Tower, Simic Growth Chamber, Tangled Islet, nice. Land Forest Land, tap it to add a green or a blue. It enters taps. Many of Terrasair's islands are merely expansions of the root system of the Yavamaya Magnagoth forests. Temple of the False God, Thornwood Falls, enters tapped. When it enters, you gain 1 life. Tap it to add green or blue. If you're talking about one of the lands that does damage to you, that's because the original dual lands are older cards, and they're worth quite a bit of money because you can essentially it's a mana fixer. So rather than putting like a specific amount of blue in your deck, or where you essentially, rather than worrying about like how much blue you're putting into your deck or how much green you're putting into your deck, you just put a dual land, which then gives you access to more mana. So older dual lands would, like, there would be no nerf to say, like there's no downside to it. But because to sort of balance out the game, yeah, you can get either a green or a blue, but in exchange, then it does damage to you, essentially. I don't know if I explained that properly, but it's kind of it's everything's to balance it out, because again, original dual lands were very powerful, so this balances the game a little bit. Yeah. And that's all we got. Now we're on to the basic lands. Island. I've already seen that one. It reminded me of the Dark Link fight. Ooh, insect. Very cool. Manifest. Worm token. Fractal. I like that one. Oops, sorry. I thought I was on camera. So Worm. Phyrexian Beast, very creepy. Manifest again. Worm. Again. Worm. Insect again. Worm. Insect again. Fractal. Scarecrow. We've seen one of these, but very cool. And a beast. Love these little beasties. And Scarecrow on the back. Let's actually remove the tokens. Put the lands together. Where's the box for this? Alright, alright. And boom, boom. So that is the entire deck. Let us do our bonus pack, and then we will... I have one more collector booster. I mean, I have lots more collector boosters, but I mean, of the single separate ones I have. Shout out to Vanguard for hooking it up. Essentially, if you buy a box, this isn't like a deal that's specific to Vanguard, but I just like giving them a shout out because they're a great game store. Very inclusive, welcoming environment. If you buy a collector booster box or a play booster box, you get a collector booster pack, as well as a buy a box promo card while supplies last. So yeah, go to support your local game store and get some stuff. Oh, no. We're doing Skizors for this one. Right here. Perfect. This is the beastie that I was talking about, Bedhead Beastie. I think we already saw him. Ooh, Grasping Longneck, terrifying, terrifying. 3-drop, enchantment creature, horror, has reach. When it dies, you gain 2 life. We ran, but it was all around us, like a writhing, flailing forest of rubbery limbs and stabbing talons. Survival's Journal. Fear of Immobility. Such a creepy creature design. I love this. And it really, really pops foil. Again, I don't know how well that's conveyed. Murder. Already seen this one, but love the color. Great, great red. Oh, I have not seen this, I don't think. Unable to Scream is a 1-drop. Enchantment Aura. Enchant creature. It loses all its abilities and is a toy artifact creature with base power and toughness 0-2 in addition to its other types. As long as enchanted creature is face down, it can't be turned face up. Ooh, Diversion Specialist. 4-drop creature, Human Warrior. Look at him cutting through some... Oh, cutting the head off of a beastie, I think? Has Menace, and spend 1, sacrifice another creature or enchantment. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Hey, Fang Faces, over here. Wow, don't gotta call names. Wildfire Wickerfolk. Interesting. 2-drop, artifact creature, Scarecrow. Has haste and delirium. Gets +1/+1 and has trample as long as there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. I think the last deck that we did was big on that, delirium. Isn't fire supposed to kill those things? Optimistic Scavenger. 1-drop creature, Human Scout, has Eerie. Whenever an enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. A Void Rod, perfect. Now I'll be able to get the glitch reader working again. Yeah! Look at this. We got a Shining reference here. 3-drop instant, choose 1, exile target artifact, exile target enchantment, or manifest dread. Very creepy, very creepy. It's got kind of like a laser axe or something. Oh, here's The Plains, done by Dan Mumford, artist who did the Homesick album cover of A Day to Remember. These full art lands are gorgeous. So our first rare of the pack is Roller Crusher Ride. Wow. Is a X +3. It has Delirium. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a permanent or player while there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, it deals double that damage instead. Very cool. When the Roller Crusher enters, it deals X damage to each of up to X target creatures. Wow. Wow. That's a good card. That's really good. Oh, we already pulled Fear of Sleep Paralysis, excuse me. But again, I always have to say, if you have not experienced sleep paralysis, it's one of the scariest things I've ever experienced. It actually hasn't happened to me in very many years, but it used to happen to me a lot when I was a kid. So, yes, very, very, very scary experience. Also, cool card design. I like this. Split Up. We already pulled one of these, and this is actually the art for the, I don't know what to call this, the ad card. It's a 3-drop, and this is also the paranormal border. 3-drop sorcery, choose 1, destroy all tapped creatures, destroy all untapped creatures. just whatever happens, we need to stick together. Ah, recovered tape fragment. I know when I originally pulled these, I mentioned Monty Python and the Holy Grail when they find the book and the person has written as he's getting killed, and he's like, why would he write It's great. Hi, Mac. What? Sorry, Elsa. What were you saying? I was going to say that Jack. Yeah, Elsa. Braden had the pasta. He liked it. Grievous Wound. We've already pulled one of these, but I love, love, love this art. Shout out to Martina Fekova. Martina, I'm going to give you a follow on Instagram. Oopsie. Nope, that's not right. Martina Fakova. Yeah, right here. You getting a follow. Beautiful, beautiful art. Oh, she did the Modern Horizons, one of the Modern Horizons 3 packaging for the Precons. Interesting. Very cool. Oh, yes. Yep, 100% Jack from The Shining. Alright, what do we got up next? Ooh, Enduring Innocence. Very, very cool. I don't know if I actually might have, now that I think of it. Do I have the Japanese whatever showcase or whatever they are? I don't know. So I think it's very, very cutesy, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look it up really quick. I don't think I have that version. So you think I do? I know I have Enduring Curiosity, which is the cat card, but I don't think I have the Japanese showcase or whatever it's called. Oh, what a cool... What a cool token. Primo the Indivisible Fractal. Very, very cool. Didn't I just, in this deck, not in this pack, but in the deck that I just went to, didn't I just pull a Fractal, if I'm not mistaken? Or there was, not pull, but... Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, and the Manifest token. Very, very cool. Alright, y'all. That is all I got. I am probably tomorrow afternoon going to finish the rest of these. How do I want to do this? Yeah, because it's like 9:25 now. I don't really. This will go too late if I do the second one. So yeah, probably tomorrow sometime afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll finish off the final box, and then Braden, you, myself, and Al are gonna play this tomorrow. As long as everything goes properly. Let me see if I can find that card really quick. Remember exactly what it looked like. Where is it? These are the lands. I swear it was in this deck. The thing that made fractals. And it would have been a blue, right? seeing it. I don't know. I told him at D&D, but I'll bring it up. I'll message him again to confirm. Yeah, let me look that up. Fractal MTG. Isn't it the snake? Why is this? MTG, Duskmourn. Oh, does Zimone... Jesus, does Zimone do it? But I feel like I saw a picture of it, not just read about fractals. No, not this Zimone. Interesting. Did I pull it in the, is it in the tokens? Yeah, it must have been in the tokens, now that I think of it. Yep, boom, right there. I was like, I knew I freaking saw a fractal. Oh, that's a token legendary fractal. Interesting. Versus just the regular fractal and the one I just pulled. But yes, Braden, I will text Kevy, make sure everyone is down, and we're gonna jam on some Arch Enemy, which I'm super, super very excited about. Alright, y'all. Braden, Elsa, and Joe. Love y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out as always. Talisha. That's okay. Yeah, we'll probably finish this up tomorrow. And, yeah, love y'all. And I will see you later. Everyone have a wonderful night. Alright. Good night, y'all. See ya.